try and behave properly.
Or when you've got a butler and he said, what do you want? You're not just going to go to bed. Wine, please.
It's 40 years since he started the Prince's Trust, and we're going to spend a year getting to know the man.
Do you do a future king-size bed?
And his work. We'll be going to prison with him.
And palaces.
We reveal never-before-seen home movies.
Meet some of the people he meets.
I'm the chairman of the Badger Face Welsh Mountain Sheep Society.
And witness some unusual royal activity.
There'll be candid points of view.
He talks a lot, doesn't he?
From the inside.
Oh, yeah, rabbits on.
With the people who know him best.
Gotcha's the right way round.
All these characters that are so Charlie, Charlie.
It's a full throttle yeah.
Go, go, go!
Even enjoying his police escort.
By looking at the Prince's Trust, we'll find out what drives the heir to the throne.
All right.
We're off to Clarence House, Prince Charles's London home, just to say a quick hello before joining him later at a Prince's Trust function in the palace next door.
Just everywhere he goes, does he have police escorts?
They must do.
You've got no idea of traffic, really, have you?
No. When they brought in the congestion charge, you probably thought there's no need.
This is the man now. This is his manor.
It's quite different from our back
it
streets,
is,
isn't it? The ones we grew up on.
That's where he rode his bike when he was little, stuck there. He's not far from his mum, so he goes pop round for bread and milk. Get his washing done.
There's the house he grew up in.
Mum's house.
Mum's in, standards up. That'll be his one day,
Yeah.
be moving in. Have to get the old removal van from Clara's house.
It's not far, is it?
It's not far.
He'll carry a few things up.
I bet there's lots of security checks. I think this is the back entrance of Clarence house. It's a nice place it's got, isn't it?
It's a lovely house. The Queen Mum used to live here.
Yeah, so this was his grandmother's house.
Yeah.
What do we do now?
Go and talk to him.
So let's go in there. Your Royal Highness.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Keep it light-hearted. Let's keep it light.
We're with him for a year.
Yes.
This is the first day. He
Don't
doesn't know what he's let himself in for, does he?
He doesn't.
Come on.
Come on then.
Right.
Let's start as we mean to go on.
Yes. Hello, pal.
No, don't do that.
It's nice, isn't it?
So, this is where the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall actually live.
There's no time for a proper interview today, but let's see if we can have a quick chat about the beginnings of the charity, which he started aged 27 when he left the Navy.
Your Royal Highness.
Oh, look who's here.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you again. How are you?
Pleasure to see you.
Do we scrub up okay?
Not bad, really.
Yeah.
A couple of fashion icons.
We've been admiring your ship here.
Well, this is the old mine hunter I used to command. Living in horror, as you can imagine, from headlines of the newspapers in case I hit anything.
Yes.
When you come out of the Navy after 5 years, you get a little bit of money, you know, to say thank you very much.
Yeah.
Not really a pension, but it's a kind of, you know, severance pay or something.
Right, yeah.
And so I put that into starting it up. But you can imagine, trying to set things up like that in those days wasn't easy, because everybody said, oh, it shouldn't be done, and
Yeah.
I shouldn't
Yeah.
be involved in all this stuff. So it was quite a challenge to get it off the ground. Weren't you both born in the same?
Same year, yeah. Well,
76,
75.
75.
Yeah, we turn 40 the end of the year. And then the trust
Same
is-
as the trust.
Yeah.
And not a grey hair in sight.
Well, there's a couple around the side.
It's very dark in here.
That's lovely.
Leaving him to a bit of princely business, we're off to another royal home, St James's Palace. It's just next door and is, in fact, the official residence of the monarch.
The state apartments at St James's Palace, but because of the various things going on, it has to come out around.
Right.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel the history now in this part.
In the last 4 decades, the Prince's Trust has helped 825,000 disadvantaged and vulnerable young people move into education or work.
Speaking today as one of the figures from its birth 40 years ago, Channel 4's Jon Snow.
I just want to tell you how I ever had anything to do with the Prince's Trust. I worked in a day centre for homeless and vulnerable teenagers.
This is amazing.
And one day the phone rang, and rather a posh voice said, "Mr. Snare, I am the Prince of Wales's equerry." And I said, "Well, I'm the man in the moon." And he said, No, I really am, he said. I mean, and he said, His Royal Highness would very much like it if you would pay him a visit. Wow. And there was the Prince, and he said, "I want to do something about people who don't have the same opportunity as many of us have had."
Oh, yeah? Is this proper throne room?
Yeah. He wanted to use the period between now and when the other job gets available, which he recognised even then was going to be a long time. This is it.
Look at that!
That's incredible.
Isn't it just?
While we're waiting for the Prince to reappear, we take a few moments to have a look around.
As a fan of, I'm a massive fan of history, especially kind of royal history. Just see that up close. It's fantastic. Look at that. You really kind of feel it in this room, can't you? If they look away, can I jump on? Probably not. You're thinking about doing your living room, weren't you?
I was thinking about
Hey,
doing
I've got the perfect look for you here. So we're just waiting for His Royal Highness. He's had a bit of a break.
What are we whispering for?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You just... It's this room, it kind of
you
makes you
just-
whisper.
Just makes you whisper, just in case.
Because it's very cold. This is the connecting door between his home Clarence House and the grandeur of St James's Palace. Hello again, sir.
I wondered what you'd be dressed as.
Just suits this time.
This event is about the Trust's future, and the Prince is meeting some of the people whose lives have been turned around by it.
Outstanding success stories like ex-prisoner Gina Moffat, who now runs a booming catering business in Tottenham, North London.
Gina is another fantastic person from Tottenham.
Hi, Gina.
Anyway, is the business going on?
It's going really well. I love being me right now. I mean, a lady I was serving sentence with, she had 18 years and she just got released last week. And I remember the promise I made to her. I said, "Don't worry, this Prince's Trust, they said they're going to help me start a business. And trust me, when they do, I'm going to make a job out there for you. Don't worry, it's not going to be long. You're going to come out soon." And she has.
said, "Oh, yes, oh, yes."
Yeah, and now she's working for me. And the Prince's Trust is a family. And it's just great. It's amazing.
Come here, you. Come here. That's brilliant, though.
Oh, my
Brilliant.
God.
It's really changed things for you, isn't it?
Yeah,
And how long ago was that?
This was about nearly 7 years ago, and it's happened so quickly. And all of a sudden, I was the worst person in Tottenham. Now I'm the best sliced bread. Like no one can get enough of me. Everyone's just Gina, and it's just made me like. I'm just happy. I'm just really happy. Every time I meet him, I just feel like I've known him for years.
Another success story is James Somerville, now Vice President of Global Design at Coca-Cola, no less.
We received a grant in '86, so it was £2,000, myself and my partner, and we were 19. We were street art, pavement artists, chalking on the street, so it allowed us just to come in and we set up a little design company. And then we had an office in London, LA, New York, Sydney and San Francisco.
Wow.
Before we sold it in 2007 to a Japanese advertising giant. £2,000 was important, but what they give is, without them knowing at the time, they give you confidence.
Absolutely, I agree
Right.
The confidence to
Yeah, I
do it,
agree with
because
that.
somebody actually trusts that you can do it. So the money gets spent, but actually from that point on, your confidence
It's
is...
the belief
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they
belief,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
When nobody else will believe in you at that moment when you're so young.
What's so wonderful for me is meeting the people in this room who we started 20, 25, 30 years ago, like that marvellous chap I saw who Was it 18 years ago? I think we loaned him 5,000 quid to start his business, and he told me he sold it for 70 million.
Fantastic.
The other day. Like Gina Moffat, you know, who...
Yeah,
do you remember she
she's
employs
amazing.
12 or something, but there was
She's
some-
fun, isn't she?
You should have seen her at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. I bet completely different person.
Unable to look anybody in the eye, communicate. Or
And how easy do you find it to empathise with people from completely different backgrounds to what you had growing up? To the youngsters?
I don't know. You ask them, I can or not.
No, but you obviously do.
I just try and put myself in their position. Not the battle of communicating, he's actually listening.
Yeah.
But you want to be quite a good listener before you can actually do the communicating.
Yeah,
Of course, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Because only that way you pick up. So if you listen to what people are telling you, after a bit you get an idea of what problems they're contending with.
Yeah.
And do you have to help out with the grandchild? Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You haven't said
No, I don't think I'd be... I'm not trying.
that yet. There's no nappy changing later on today, is there?
nappy course. I suppose at a pinch I could. It's very nice having a granddaughter.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I
bet
bet.
it is.
Hopefully somebody to keep an eye on me when I'm tottering about. I'm still afraid.
See you soon,
See you
hopefully.
soon.
Yes.
See you soon. Now we're going for a drink now, I think, are we?
You better go to the gym after all the food you've eaten in there.
Have a great evening.
Thanks, sir. I really could do with a drink. I think we should go to a Prince of Wales pub and have a pint.
What a great idea.
That's the only way we can finish off the day.
Come on,
Don't you
fellas,
think?
off to the Prince
Come
of
on,
Wales.
on
Come
the
on.
Prince of Wales. The nearest one.
It's not quite the Tyne Bridge, but it'll do.
It'll do.
We're on a mission to find out about the Prince's Trust, which is now a £70 million a year charity supporting disadvantaged young people.
We want to go back to where it all started and what inspired the Prince to do it.
As captain of the minehunter HMS Bronington, Prince Charles was quite the Navy action man.
Yeah, he was, and we wanted to find out more about his naval career and how it went on to shape the rest of his life. So we thought, what better way to do that than to talk to some of his former shipmates.
This was the time when he really got to know people from right across the social spectrum.
Bronington's skipper prepares to take his charge to sea. A short, sharp, limbering up cruise that Prince Charles and his crew take in their stride.
HMS Belfast.
So this wasn't his, was it?
This is a lot bigger than the one he was on.
Captaining the Bronington was his last job in the Navy and was where he came up with the idea of a charity to help young people overcome barriers.
Did the rest of the royal family make lots of visits on board?
The Duke of Edinburgh, his dad, came 10 days after he took command.
Right.
And we had a nervous captain that day.
I bet you did. Yeah, I bet you did.
Well, that's the Queen coming on board.
Wow.
He was more relaxed by this stage, because this was November. So he'd been in command since February.
Right, yeah.
That's you.
Oh, there I am.
There
yes.
you
Yeah,
are.
That's it, yeah. Off we go.
Just mind your head on the way up.
Oh, that hurts.
Unlike a palace, living on board a small ship has its hazards.
I remember never feeling more seasick than in that ship.
Really?
Really?
Because she was sort of flat-bottomed, and those old minesweepers, they bobbed. I can't tell you what it was like. I remember there was always people on board who don't feel seasick. And they all appear, you know, with steaming mugs of soup saying, this is the life. And all you want to do is find somebody to shoot you. And you feel like death.
Really?
Go away.
It's that bad?
Oh, it can be unbelievable.
Really?
Presume being away at sea and being on a ship like this, in such close proximity to a lot of people, is a very different world to you're used to on land. But I suppose even more so for him because of his background.
Today, I mean, he doesn't do anything without one of the protection officers
Yeah.
and presumably private secretary whoever with him. Well, when we sailed, they left, you know, we left all that behind.
So there's none of that at all?
No protection officer. And when we got to the next port, then his protection officer would be there.
Yeah.
So at sea, you know, we were in his hands, but you could say he was in our hands.
Yeah.
The day he left Bronington in December 1976, he's never since had that same type of experience with all sorts of... I mean, the Navy, it recruits from all sorts of people, that's for sure. And he met all sorts, and he interacted with all sorts.
I wonder whether that had a direct impact on the trust, on his idea for the trust.
I think it must have cemented what he was thinking and given him more reason to do it.
Can you imagine living with us for 8 months, 9 months, 10 years, all the time?
To be honest, I've done an hour and that's been enough for me.
one of the things you do in the military is look after other people. When I was, in my 20s, you had to look after all these characters. You were astonished. I remember one chap came up to me, his mother was telling, he said, "Oh, sir," he said, "oh, I got trouble for it." I said, "What is it?" He said, "Well, I've had my girlfriend's name tattooed on my fingers, and the trouble is he's got a new girlfriend. And that didn't like it or something.
Right.
How do I get rid of it? So, Christmas, where do I go to find that out?" Anyway, I don't know whether I helped or not, I may have done. But, all those funny little problems you get.
Yeah. Inspired by those Navy days, for the last 40 years, Prince Charles has involved himself with people's lives that are far from his own.
So when we agreed to do this documentary about Prince Charles, you kind of think it's going to be palaces, banquets, a lot of glamorous stuff. Tell everybody where we're going today, Ant.
A prison.
A prison.
A bloody prison.
I've not been to prison. I'm a little worried. I think I'm a bit too pretty to go to prison.
Love you for breakfast, son.
Her Majesty's prison.
And it'll be His Majesty's prison next.
Before we can get into this prison in Bridgend, Wales, ahead of the Prince's visit, there's a little matter of this.
Area, please. If you'd like to stand there, put your arms up for me, please, and carry out a rub-down search on you, okay?
Normally, you'd have to buy me a drink. He's loving it. It's all fairly bleak.
The Trust has started a number of initiatives in prisons across the country to help young offenders. Here, they're given a chance to get into football coaching.
Oh, it's a free kick!
And on his way to the pitch, the Prince gets a real flavour of what life can be like here.
Nice to see you again. How are you?
Your Royal Highness. Welcome to prison.
Why are you here today, sir?
Well, basically, because of what the Prince's Trust is trying to do in a lot of these institutions, actually, all over the country.
And what is that?
So we work with a lot of young offenders, trying to turn them into ex-offenders. And I was always terribly keen that we should do as much as possible with the hardest to reach.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people end up in prison because they haven't had, a bit of the attention that hopefully we can pay to people.
How come you broke up Ronnie's?
So us three against you three, yeah?
Yeah. What have I done wrong not to get a brolly?
No, you don't know.
No?
You're not allowed a brolly.
I didn't think we'd get green and Wales.
Just be good, get your enhanced. If you're a good prisoner, you get all the benefits. So that is it, to keep your head down.
But presume you only get to do this, do you? If you had good behaviour or something.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
A lot of people keen to try it.
Yeah, a lot of people. Obviously, it's a privilege to be on a course that helps with our communication skills, key life skills, things that we can really put into practice in the outside world. In all honesty, I'd love to do what a lot of these boys are doing, coming into the prison, helping coach. I think it's a good aspiration to have, to want to help people.
Well done,
That'll be all right.
Yeah, all the best.
Absolute pleasure, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You come to prison and you think, what kind of animals are we going to meet in there today? But actually,
Nice lads.
they're really good lads who've made mistakes
They're being punished for it, and they want to improve their lives.
and want a bit of hope.
Yeah, and that's what this offers. That's what the scheme offers. The Prince's Trust offers, and it's good. It's good, isn't it?
It's really good. Now can we get out of here?
Yeah, come
on, let's
this
go.
way, quickly.
Later that day, and we've had time for a quick scrub-up, we're heading for a drinks party at the Prince of Wales's Welsh home.
And we've been told there's a chance we might meet up with the Duchess of Cornwall, but within limits.
So she kind of famously doesn't give interviews.
Camilla? So what are we going to do?
Well, we've got to just kind of,
Grab her for a chat.
Yeah. What are you going to say?
Hello, Camilla.
Hello there. What are you laughing at?
How are you today?
I'm good. Now, is this an interview?
No, it's just a chat.
Informal?
Informal chat.
Carry on.
How are you enjoying your time in Wales?
That seems like a question.
Oh, not a chat.
Not a chat. More of
an interview.
More of an interview.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a very
We'll
fine
blag
line.
it, we'll
It's
blag
a
it,
very
we'll blag it,
fine
we'll blag
line.
it.
Right. Let's get in and get a drink.
So this is their home in Wales, and apparently you can rent parts of it for holidays, when they're not in residence, of course.
Where are they then?
I think they're putting the final touches to the canapes or
Are they?
something. But yeah, we're going to catch up with the Duchess in the dining room, apparently. We've been invited to the dining room.
Oh, in the house now?
Yeah, we've been invited to the house.
Don't make it an interview.
It's not an interview.
It's an informal chat.
It's just a chat.
I'll start, right?
Okay.
Just follow my lead.
Okay.
I'm good at this kind of stuff.
All right, okay. Come on then, we better go in.
Hello,
Let's get
Pat.
ready.
Hello. Hi. Your Honours, thank you very much for having us.
Hello, how nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Out and deck.
Yes.
Got you the right way round.
we're standing the right way.
Yeah, we're making it
So as not to
easy for you.
Brilliant. Well,
This
it's
is-
nice
this-
to meet you at
This
last.
is beautiful.
Yes.
What a beautiful place.
Oh, it is lovely.
Oh,
It'd be
thank
nice
you
if
for having
the
us.
sun was shining.
Yeah.
It started raining on us when we were in the middle of a prison yard.
Ah.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for inviting us in.
Well, I thought it was better than standing outside.
In the rain.
Like these poor people.
Like, they're all right.
They're all right, leave them out
Under
there.
their
They know their place. They know their place, that's fine.
They're hardy fools. We've had an amazing day following the Prince on his duties with the Prince's Trust. Tell us what you think of the Prince's Trust from your point of view.
I think I'm really proud to be married to somebody who 40 years ago, aged 27, had the vision to sort of put it together. I mean,
Yeah.
it was an incredible idea then, and for somebody, I mean, he was very young then, to think of it and to you know, think of these, you know, very disadvantaged young people who'd literally been through hell and back,
Yeah.
and to
Yeah.
find a way to give them a second chance in life.
And back then, he was obviously much closer in age to the people he was helping. But now, 40 years on, he's much further on in age. He's much more,
A bit more
mature,
mature.
bit more mature, shall we say? But he still has the energy and the enthusiasm
Yeah.
for it. How does he maintain it?
I don't know. He just has that energy, and you know, if you're passionate about something, you can do it. You know, he cares so much about these young people. The first time I went to visit it, I think, was about 13 or 14 years ago, and I went to one of these meetings they had after they finished their course, and you saw this group of people who obviously, before the course started, were incapable of saying anything. They had no confidence, they had nothing. And they sat down at this table, each one got up and said what they thought they'd learnt or gleaned from the course. And it brought tears to the eyes. I mean, I left with a huge lump in my throat because I think it had given them confidence. And if you've got confidence, you can do anything in life.
We followed him all day today, and I'm knackered.
Yeah.
How does he? I don't know how
How
he
you
does
keep
it.
it up?
He does have incredible energy.
Yeah.
You know,
Good diet, good
He
vitamins.
loves it, you know.
Yeah, he does.
You know, and you can't do something unless you love it.
No, you're right. He's got a passion for it.
Thank
We'll let you get on and
I think
get your drinks
I've got-
reception. Are we coming? Can we come?
Well,
Yeah,
I
is the
expect if you
space?
behave for anyone,
Okay,
you'll be
thank
allowed.
you.
We'll try our best.
Anyway, it's lovely to meet you.
Nice
Very
to
nice
meet
to meet
you.
you
And
too.
we'll see you again.
Very nice
Thank
to meet you.
you.
Thanks,
Anyway,
ma'am.
back into the rain again. Everybody's looking a bit
Come on,
soft.
get back in the rain. Come on, you.
Thanks, Mum.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Well, apparently we behaved okay. So now, round the back to their barn to join the party for just a few of the Welsh great and good.
I'm the chairman of the Badger Faced Welsh Mountain Sheep Society.
The what? Say that again. You're the chairman of the...
Badger Faced Welsh Mountain Sheep Society.
Okay.
And then Prince Charles is our patron.
Oh, great.
Forgive my ignorance. What is a badger-faced Welsh mountain sheep?
It's a Welsh
Let me guess. It's a Welsh mountain sheep with the face of a badger.
Yes.
Good at this. Well, we can. I'm intrigued by your shoes. And they've got the dragon on the side there, see?
I've got an interest in Welsh traditional music, and it's a traditional Welsh tradition to dancing clogs.
Tap those babies, there you go.
Dancing itself.
Okay, right, yeah. Aha! They let us out.
You can't keep us in prison for too long.
We escaped. We escaped.
Mad impetuous thing. No, but what's it got about you? Did you talk to some of these?
Yes,
most of them, yeah.
We've talked to the badger-faced Welsh Mountain Sheep Society. We've talked to the clogmakers.
You meet some very varied people, don't you? In the course of one day.
You noticed?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's it. Dinner now? Is it dinner now? And yeah. Good. At some point.
I only eat once a day, otherwise I can't get into it.
We love this place, by the way.
Because you know, it's holiday cottages as well.
Yeah, we've already reserved our room. We'll be back. We'll be back.
Because you're going to have to come. It's a jolly good place for a honeymoon.
I didn't think of that.
We'll see you again somewhere. You can ask me some awkward questions.
No.
We'll try and think of some.
Never.
Thank you.
See you,
sir.
You're nice to my darling wife.
Oh,
Very nice to meet you. Lovely. See you then.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir. What a day.
What a day.
Weird, just weird. What a weird, not weird actually, what a varied bunch of people he meets.
Next, a visit to the Prince's own private cinema to see some home movies starring him and Mummy.
We're spending a year with Prince Charles, and we've seen some of what his charity does.
But we want to know more about the man. Back at his home, Clarence House, some family feelings we can all relate to.
There's my grandfather.
Grandfather,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who, sadly, I mean, I was 3.5 when he died.
Oh, really?
I could just remember sitting on a sofa with him, wearing shorts. I can remember the feel of the sofa when I was sitting on it. Isn't it a funny thing?
Yeah.
Because my legs were dangling because I was so small. You know, I missed having a grandfather.
Yeah.
Very important role.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my grandfather, George VI.
From the grand hallway with the bronze of the king to the back door.
Come on in. Ah, there you are, look.
Queen Mum. This used to be her house, of course. Queen Mum used to live here.
Today, we've been allowed access to Prince Charles's private cinema.
I'm looking for the signs in screen 1, screen 2. Oh, Queen Mum.
She's very fancy there, isn't she?
We've had special permission to view home movies from his childhood.
Who do you know around here?
We thought it would be good to see some footage of him growing up and see what made the man.
Prince Charles, at home, 1949. Oh.
Still princess at this
Ah,
point.
yeah. Ah, look at that. Oh, don't lick that, don't lick that. You have germs all over it. You can tell it's him, though, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
He's off.
So, do you think that was here in Clarence House then?
Yeah, because they lived here, didn't they?
Yeah.
Until she was the queen, and then they moved to the big house down the
That
road.
was upstairs. I love this.
Just about a mum.
Yeah.
You never see that.
It's just proper family stuff, isn't it? Just
Home
like a
movie
family
stuff, yeah.
movie stuff. There she is through the window.
It's a lot more intimate, this, because when you see stuff now, they're out on the lawn, they're posing for everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is just kind of for them. What is he saying?
I thought he said Mummy. He's ticklish. We'll have to remember that. If we're getting an awkward
Yeah.
spot, he's ticklish on his right-hand side. Aren't they just amazing?
Yeah, really good.
Like nothing I've seen before of him.
At the palace, it was a happy day for Princess Elizabeth and all the other illustrious members of the christening party.
Now in newsreel, it's fascinating to glimpse him with his grandfather, King George VI, who died when Prince Charles was 3.5.
Being a persistent young man, he got his way in the end and went off by himself.
Oh, there he is.
Wow, look.
How must that feel as a little boy?
You're walking out to all of this.
It just
Look at
must
that.
be like, what are all these people doing in my backyard?
Yeah, get out.
Long may she reign.
And she has.
The longest.
Give him a little wave. I love a bit of pathos.
I do. Where is it? Carnarvon Castle.
Oh, so this is his investiture as
Yeah.
the Prince of Wales.
God bless the Prince of Wales, they sang.
1969. Wow, he looks young, doesn't he?
He looks a bit lost there.
And amazing, having seen that footage of him as a baby with his mum, and then here she is now. As a real human moment, wasn't it?
Born a prince, his destiny was set. Just over a decade after becoming the Prince of Wales, he had the idea to create a charity to help young people with less certain futures.
Just getting the trust off the ground was quite difficult.
A lot of people thought you were pretty mad. That Prince of the Realm was going to go out and help disadvantaged children and youngsters and try and get them on the right path, and people didn't see it working.
No, we had to overcome, it was the same story of my life really, you have to overcome all these people who don't see the point.
The Prince's Trust was born 40 years ago, and so were we. Here in Newcastle, where we grew up and had our lucky break as teenagers.
Today we're in a disused church with a difference, to find out how the Prince's Trust bring young people out of their shells and deal with anger issues.
Faster! Get those knees up! Ow, she's rough. And how does all this kind of stuff help then?
It's not really about the rock climbing, it's more about the personal development goals. Some people really struggle climbing and will get anxiety, and so their goal for the day will be look to manage the feelings and not get too anxious about it and not kind of get frustrated and hit the wall and start shouting.
And I suppose it's learning to trust people as well, especially with this. You know, you get someone's holding the rope at the top, you've got to trust them. So he's there. Where should he go?
In between his legs?
Can you see the little one in between your feet?
You've got a little one between your legs. What are you laughing at?
Hey, Stu! How have you enjoyed the scheme overall?
I've loved it.
Have you?
It's been the best thing I've ever done.
And what did you struggle with before you came?
Anxiety, anger. I got angry a lot, frustrated a lot. But now, like, it's just a laugh. You just have a laugh at things you can't do, and then you try again.
There's one next to your left knee.
What's that, spinner?
There you go.
Your pony's off, man.
Sorry. Yay!
I suffered with depression and all that, so it's like helped amazingly. Like,
have you felt the change in yourself? Have you felt
amazing change? Yeah.
Really?
And that's down to what, days like this? Because you're forced to interact with other people and trust them.
Just like people that I don't know, just like these and all that, just like come together and all that, like people with their own troubles and all that, and it helps like to build that confidence that you need.
We've just seen what a difference a helping hand can make in these formative years.
Unlike those who are being helped by the Trust, we got a very different break.
Now this back here used to be a massive kind of
adventure
playground.
At the tender age of 13, we were cast in a children's TV series.
You know what I think? I think you're beautiful, and she still loves you. Get off, man.
This was Batty Grove.
We had some of the happiest times of our life.
Amazing.
Here.
Changed our life.
We wouldn't be where we are without it. I'm getting a little bit emotional talking about it.
It's true.
They were really good times. Wow. Strange, isn't it?
Isn't it? God. I mean, we did on growing up here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? All of our kind of formative teenage years was here.
Yeah.
Fell in love here for the first time around this building. Made true friends, lifelong friends. You might know a couple of them.
Well, I think that's why we can relate so well to what the Trust does, is because we were given that opportunity, and not everybody can have an opportunity like that. So that's what the Trust is trying to do, is to give those opportunities to people who haven't had them.
Another Geordie who was given the chance to follow her dream is our good friend Cheryl.
And I literally live,
Where?
lived behind that bingo, yeah.
Do you find that, I get that when I come back, that it's just, your shoulders seem to just drop. And you're just like,
You're home.
Yeah.
We all grew up in, exactly the same backgrounds, working class kids, right? And with the same temptations, we're on the street, drugs and stuff, and crime and all
could
that.
have done that
And
easy.
we went to school with people who done it all, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I went some of my family, like,
Yeah, exactly.
literally, you know.
It happens, you know, and I think you're right. All it is just having somebody have the competency or an opportunity to go,
That's
trying to try
all
something
it
different,
takes.
that's all it takes.
Cheryl is now trying to put something back into the city she loves by working with the Prince's Trust.
So how is it going to link with the Prince's Trust, your trust?
Well, my trust initially started off as an ambassador type role for the Prince's Trust. And that started because initially when I was still here, I was about 14. One of the only options I had was to get a loan from the Prince's Trust.
Right, okay.
So I considered that back then. So I knew about it from a kid. But now I've got a bigger role that's supported by the Prince's Trust. But that's just me going out on my own on a mission, basically, to resurrect a centre here.
For us, it was Biker Grove, but Cheryl's journey began here at the Newcastle Dance Studio, which is still run by the family who taught us all.
Did you dance from a really young age?
Yes, 3 or 4.
See, I've never done any of that kind of stuff.
It's so important that when you're younger and you have something that you're disciplined in, something you enjoy, it sets you up for the rest of your life. Like if I didn't have this and I wasn't lucky enough to come to dance classes or, you know, have that discipline instilled in me, I could have gone any route. I could have been a drug addict. I could have ended up in prison. I could, you know, there's any route that could have happened had I not have had this
somewhere to
opportunity.
channel that energy.
But it's exactly the same with us, same with me. You know, if I didn't get that lucky break with the Biker Grove audition when we were 13, you know, Lord knows what would have happened. Probably the same route. Yeah, you don't know.
I think I was always going to be all right.
Yeah, I reckon you probably would have. You'd have been the best mobile phone salesman in the North East.
Can you do Running Man in those shoes? And never do anything. Right.
Oh, she's go on.
And then the side, and then I'm
see,
missing it now.
see, it was always the same. He was always had to show off that little bit more. It's like being 14 again.
There we go.
What a contrast with where we're going next. A royal residence and a police escort.
Today we're back at Clarence House, and this is really exciting.
We've been allowed to join the Prince's convoy as he rushes from one engagement to another.
Go, go, go. Here we go.
Oh, look at them all waving.
Yeah.
The 4 motorcycle outriders do a finely choreographed relay, holding back vehicles not just at crossroads and red lights.
So he races ahead then, everybody one side.
Yeah. But even oncoming traffic, allowing the Prince and us to drive on the wrong side of the road.
Look how long you'd be stuck in that.
Yeah.
Traffic. Not today.
This is the way to do it. A 20-minute journey in 2 minutes.
Hope they don't think it's our convoy.
I hope they do. I hope they do think it's our convoy.
Today he has 4 engagements, and we've jumped ahead to M&S's Marble Arch store.
What they want to see. There you are.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Over the years, the Trust has persuaded some of Britain's biggest companies to give disadvantaged young people a break. And today we're introducing some of them to the Prince.
My confidence wasn't very good. I go out the street, I feel like everyone's staring at me. And, you know, I've been bullied so many times that it affects you. Like, all the way through school, I was always bullied for being, like, the odd one out.
All the best. Good luck. See you later.
So I'm the one who's been left to help Rebecca make bloomin' pasta for the Prince, while Aunt swans off to hobnob upstairs.
You're coming next to me, and then Martina, and then Aunt, so that we do it.
I'm waiting with the Chief Exec of Marks & Spencer, Mark Bolland, the store manager, and the Chief Exec of the Prince's Trust, Martina Milburn.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm like waiting for Dick every morning.
I'm a professional hoverer.
Same here.
My view.
Being the heir to the throne, the press are never far away. Today, there's a bit of a journalistic ambush, but the Prince carries on regardless.
Good morning, sir. Are you worried about these letters? You've not been behaving unconstitutionally by writing letters.
And he does unruffled pretty well.
Nice to see you again. Shall I show you around? Come on, sir.
This scheme is about getting work experience, there's not necessarily a job at the end of it.
Are you at the end?
Yeah, this is my final week.
Did you get taken on? No.
I'm hoping.
Try a bit of cheese.
So I'll try on your behalf.
Thank you very much.
It's wonderful.
He's my taster.
I'm your taster. Here we go.
And that goes with one of your 5 a day. The banana.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
On we go.
Have you got a personal trainer?
Thank God.
Doyen is another Prince's Trust trainee, and he seems to have found his niche in menswear.
You want me to take my jacket off? Absolutely. I didn't expect this.
Well, I had to work behind the deli counter.
Okay. What do you reckon, Dion?
button this up.
Perfect fit.
Have you always been interested in fashion and menswear? And
I have actually been interested in fashion for quite a while
Shiny
now.
shoes as well.
Thank you. Are they Marks and Spencer's?
We're not gonna.
You can't.
So did they give you the suit?
Yes, they did.
Are you a Marks and Spencer man? Have you got any Marks and Spencer clothes? Shoes?
Unfair question.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm not letting on about that one.
Okay. Underwear. We've all got M&S underwear.
I'm not
Surely.
advertising.
Third floor and home furnishings with Rayon, who's been unemployed since he left school.
So do you have the odd special offer for them?
This offer is 20% off when you buy 2 items. So it's right.
There's a lot to learn, isn't there?
It's a lot to learn, but when sometimes it just comes naturally. You know, some people it comes naturally.
So had you had real difficulty finding a job?
Yeah, because I had no previous work experience, and the Prince's Trust actually helped me so much.
Do you do a future king-size bed? Maybe would that be the kind of
future king?
Our trainees think they're simply getting their leaving day certificates, but there's one more big surprise in store.
I've got one little announcement. You all have a job.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Someone's gonna cry for me. I'll be hitting the waterworks like. Yeah. Hey, boys, don't remember we have to be back here on Monday, so.
40 years after it started, the sheer range of projects supported by the Trust is exhausting. We want to know more about what motivates the Prince to keep going and how he relates to young people.
So who better to ask than the 2 young men who know him best?
Another day, another palace. Where are we now, Ant?
Kensington Palace today. Yeah, this was where Princes William and Harry were brought up by Charles and Diana, just over there, actually. And this is where the princes live now.
We're going to chat to them today about growing up here, about their father, about the Prince's Trust, and about whatever else takes our fancy.
Here they are. See, and Day.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you? You all right? Good to see you. You well?
Yeah, very well.
Good to see you. Nice to see you again.
How you doing?
It's been a long time.
Well, it's been 10 years
10
since
years
we
since the last chat.
talked to you both.
You guys have grown. Married?
Don't lie. No, we haven't. Yeah, you're married.
I am married now, yeah.
You're married.
I am, exactly.
Yeah.
2 little ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot's changed.
It has, isn't it?
Fantastic
Yeah.
stuff.
It's good. Bags on the eyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you feeling it?
No, that's not that bad. It's good as
Oh,
gold.
you look good on
honestly.
it. You look good
Good
on
as
it.
gold.
So you grew up here then? You
Yes.
grew up what bit? This
So
bit?
we lived in that bit there.
Right, okay.
In the middle bit there. That's where we spent most of our young childhood, playing around in the garden, and there's a garden in the back of the wall there. So
Right.
we had lots of fond memories of mucking around here and
Yeah.
beat each other up.
Where do you live? Are you in here?
I live in this cottage here.
Right, okay, nice.
And that's where we lived before when Catherine and I first got married.
Right.
So we lived in there, and then we moved down that side. And
Weirdly, the ceiling is perfect for you guys. It is.
Again with the size jokes.
I don't know what the age of the cottage is, but I promise you, it's this. So
Oh,
you have to
really?
get used to sort of walking around like this, but it's great.
Should we wander through?
yeah, let's wander down.
It's really nice. You know what? I can always hear the wheels of those plastic tractors that George loves playing on.
Oh, really?
So they've got this as a giant playground for them.
Do you see a lot of each other around here?
We do, yeah. I mean, at the moment, since we've both sort of left the military and stuff, it's kind of our sort of programs and stuff go in different directions. But we always try and make time to see each other and pop round, and he comes and scrounges all food off us and things like that.
Do
So
you?
it's
See, that's what he used to do to me.
It's really nice to be able to live next to each other and be neighbours.
Yeah.
and also have our office here as well,
Yeah.
which is key really for us. So.
Feels like it must be a bit of sanctuary for you here as well, because it is so quiet and it's kind of, you know, and having grown up here, it feels like, do you feel really relaxed and at home when you get back?
It's kind of the only sort of peace and quiet that we get.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, these are nice.
That's a long time ago. It's brutal.
Is that your Zoolander pause?
That was a long time ago.
It's missing a little beard though. That's the problem. Shall we?
Please. Any improvements are welcome. It's really embarrassing because when we go on tours and stuff, as a thank you, it seems to be this tradition that you say thank you very much. There's a photo of myself. What are you supposed to do?
Yes.
Here's a photo of me. Thanks for having me.
Coming up, the young princes talk openly about their dad.
What's in here? This has obviously been fixed up in the last few months.
Is this it?
This used to be...
This is our sitting room.
Our sitting room.
Did it?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's changed a bit now.
And then Kensington Palace, or this part of it, was used for our father's, Princess Trust Art Studios.
Yeah, the Princess Trust were in here for a while, and then the art studios.
And the art studios as well.
But they did lots of naked portrait prints in here.
Did they?
Yeah. So we used to look out from Notting Costa. We used to go out and close the blinds, and I'd be like, what the? And there'd be some guy in the window like this.
Amazing.
And all these artists coming out with their paintbrushes going, ooh, like this. I'm like, ooh, that's not normal. Not normal.
That won't be happening today.
That won't be
Oh,
happening.
good. We're in your old living room, did you say?
Yes. Yeah, a long time ago. We used to be in here. Yeah, it used to be a playroom.
Happy memories, definitely.
Yeah.
Happy memories, yeah.
Has fatherhood changed you now that you've got the two children?
I'm a lot more emotional than I used to be.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, weirdly. I never used to really kind of sort of get too wound up or worried about things, but now the smallest little things I can feel you well up a little bit more.
Right.
And you get affected by sort of things that happen around the world or whatever a lot more, I think, as a father, just because you realise how precious life is, and it puts it all into perspective. You know, the idea of not being around to see your children grow up and stuff like that. But you know, from some of my earliest memories, I remember my mother and father taking us to charities and organisations and showing us, you know, what goes on. And I think it's seeing such a broad spectrum of life that's really important from a young age to give you a bit of perspective to go, you know, you don't just live in a palace. It's very important you get out and you see what goes on in the real world.
And you obviously ask him for advice as well on the stuff you're doing.
The advice that he can give us based on the contacts that he's made over the years is incredible.
Yeah.
You can actually ring him up and say, well, I'm a bit of a pickle here, or even better, you can offload stuff.
Yeah.
If someone does say something to me, there's always a little light bulb that goes, hang on a second, I'm in no position to be able to do this for lack of knowledge or whatever. And you just ring and say, Paul, you know, can you do this? And then he's guaranteed to have at least one, if not two people who are specialists in that area, and they can get things done.
The Princess Trust evolved over time into what it is now, which is this incredible charity that has really, I think, bust every possible limit it was ever set.
Yeah.
It's really done well, and I think he's incredibly chuffed with how it's gone.
We've spent a lot of time with your dad over the last year.
More time than us, but...
Yeah, that's probably has been.
Yeah, we'll see you at Christmas, yeah.
Oh, yeah, didn't need to say we're invited for Christmas lunch.
That's the idea, we get Christmas off.
And we have been kind of bowled over by his energy and his enthusiasm still for the Princess Trust. And what do you think are his main characteristics, maybe that everybody doesn't see?
I'd say he's got an insurmountable amount of duty in him. He's incredibly driven to do his duty, and that is from a very young age. That's been instilled in him for since then, and it's where a lot of his passion and his drive comes from. I think he relishes the challenge, but equally he's had such a difficult time in getting across some of his points and some of his issues, for whatever reasons they might be. I think it's a real credit that he's managed to keep going as he has, and I really respect and look up to him for that, because it can't be easy to have taken so many knocks over the years and you still keep going and fighting as much as he has.
I remember being very, very small and physically being unable to get to his desk because of the amount of those plastic bags that he has, the work bags that his office has.
Oh, really?
Like six or seven bags either side of him that he just has to go through, and you know, letters from 3 months ago. And you think to yourself, well, why are you still writing letters? You know, fine writing thank you letters, but it's this correspondence, just letters the whole time. Because the amount of stuff you've got to go for. It'd be a lot easier, and you get a lot more things done if you actually picked up the phone. Well, guess what? Send a text message.
No, doesn't do modern technology.
Have you heard of email? It's a lot quicker.
I know. His writing, his letters are notoriously difficult to read. But as it gets later in the evening, and it's about 12 o'clock and he's writing letters, we can tell instantly because it starts disappearing. Where he's falling asleep, he's writing his letter. So you get these long sort of A's that disappear off the page.
We regularly swapped letters and said, I think I know what it says, can you read it to me? And it was just drivel.
What was being said, just in case there was a bollocking we didn't know about.
Everybody growing up was always embarrassed by their parents. Did your dad embarrass you much? Did you ever get...
All the time. A typical, one example, being in a play at school. And there was a particular scene that he found very amusing. Much more amusing than the rest of the audience.
It wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny, no one else is laughing, but because of something, because he, obviously, like a parent, they know you, and you're putting on this sort of persona or whatever. He just burst out laughing. In fact, my grandfather was there the same night, and it was just the two of them. And that's all I could hear.
I got a very loud laugh. Like a really loud laugh.
Amazing. And no one else laughs. He always laughs at the wrong moment. Right. And doesn't think, oh, I should probably stay quiet. Just thinks it's the best thing ever.
I was in a play, and I remember it's called Santa's Smag or something like that. I can't remember. It was some sort of Christmas play. And I was a wizard, and I came on, I narrated it. And I jumped on stage, and there was meant to be a bit of pyrotechnic explosion in front of me, and I jumped on stage, and nothing happened. And so I started reading it, and of course, at this point, I was quite panicky, and then the pyrotechnic went off. I started reading it, and I was like,
in your face.
Literally, I mean, the laughter from the whole way through, he couldn't stop laughing the whole way through the production. And so even several times, I'd stop and listen to my lines. I cast a little eye across, you know, big desk stare, and then I'd try and get back to my lines. It was terrible, honestly.
That ties into the whole family piece, where everywhere we go, everything is sort of rehearsed so much that it's always bang on, correct, perfect. But we do no more so than our grandfather. Love it when
it goes wrong.
When things go wrong. And he always tell me, "Don't worry, it'll probably go wrong." And they're like, everyone's like, you know, and then it does go wrong, and they're sort of crying, saying, "Don't worry about it. It's actually now I will remember it even more."
Very memorable.
But it's true.
So there you go. Their dad likes a good laugh. He's not just a distant prince in an ivory tower. He wants to connect with young people.
And now we're off to Scotland to see how the Trust schemes are not only close to his heart, but his hearth.
We are on our way to Dumfries House, which is the Prince's residence in Scotland, where we have also been invited to stay the night.
We're staying at his house.
Having a sleepover.
So it's not just us, our wives are joining us as well, and they're coming up for dinner and staying over. They're very nervous about it, because they're not quite sure what to wear, what to do.
What have you brought to sleep in?
Nothing.
What?
I'd just sleep nude.
Shut up.
Well, he's not going to come in our room, is he?
I'm not worried about him coming in your room. I'm worried about you going out of your room.
Or walking around, yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that.
This
Here we are.
Dumfries House. Big, isn't it? Lovely.
Lovely. He's got some nice gaffs, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Kenneth Dunsmuir.
Hi, Kenneth.
To welcome you here today.
Great place.
Dumfries House. You're home for tonight, I believe.
Yeah.
And on behalf of His Royal Highness, the Duke of Rossi, as he's known in Scotland, of course, it's my pleasure to welcome you here. Our butlers here will get your luggage.
Great.
You're right.
The Prince's Scottish pride and joy. Apparently, there are only 4 main bedrooms, including his, so better be on best behaviour.
You're in the Duchess bedroom today.
Duchess.
And
You are a Duchess.
Thank you. Wow. Look at this. I've never stayed anywhere like it.
Yes.
Stuart.
Lovely. Hi, Stuart. Thank you, that's perfect. 4-poster bed. The wife will be happy with that.
I want to see if Answer's better than mine. Better not be. Never knows.
You alright?
Nice.
See, we have got ensuite bathrooms.
You worried about that?
Yeah. I wouldn't want to sneak around the corridor in the underpants. What's your room like? Same.
It's better. No, it's better than this.
Shut up.
It is. No, it is genuinely.
Oh, it's nice.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Slightly better than mine, which I'm a bit pissed off about.
Sir, would you like me to take care of your suitcase, put it up here and...
Yeah, that'd be great, thank you.
Stuart the butler is himself a former Prince's Trust trainee.
I don't think there is anything too embarrassing in there. Just the dirty Grundies from last night.
Nice that fireplace.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Hello.
May I show you around the house?
Yes, you may.
Right, yeah.
Come on, let's get looking.
And then we've got His Royal Highness's bedroom there.
It's in there?
Yeah.
Oh, so we're on the same corridor. The only problem is my room is at the top of the stairs and you turn right. So if I go up the wrong set of stairs and go up the stairs and turn right, I'm in the wrong room.
If I go up the wrong set of stairs, I go into his room.
There's a way to remember it, sir. This house was built with two different types of staircase. You'll see this one's stone, and the other one's wooden. It's quite the place.
It's great, isn't it?
And I'll show you through into the Great Shields dining room.
Oh, there you are. This is looking good.
I was personally on the Prince's Trust Get Into Hospitality course a couple of years ago.
Right.
So after being unemployed for well over a year, and by the end of it I had 3 job offers. One of them was to work at the house, and I was so excited about it. About 6 months later, the opportunity came to be promoted up to His Royal Highness's butler when he's in residence. So,
how did you find it?
How did that feel when you
find
got
it?
offer?
At the time, I was like, no way, no way.
Have you got over your initial nerves now? Are you quite relaxed around him?
I believe so.
You got a good relationship?
Yeah, myself is like the only one who goes into his private quarters when he's alone. So when I'm coming in with his breakfast in the morning, he's so talkative.
Were you nervous the first
yeah,
time?
oh God. It's okay seeing them on the television, but in the working environment, this is the moment to prove yourself.
Stuart's successors as trainees on the Prince's Trust Get Into Hospitality scheme will be serving tonight, the end of their 5-week course.
All the cutlery has to be about a thumbnail width away from the table.
All right, okay.
Really? And you're working throughout the dinner?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Wine pouring.
Oh, well, okay. Just top top.
We need to talk to you.
Yeah. I like mine filled to about there. Yeah.
I'll remember that.
Okay.
How are you feeling about it, about the dinner?
Really nervous.
Are you?
Really nervous. But I'll be okay.
Yeah, you're great. It'd be great.
You'll be fine.
Do you know where everybody's sat at the moment?
We have a table plan, but I don't think they have it up at the moment.
Right, damn it. Okay, I was just going to...
Why did you want to mess with it?
Well, just if I wasn't happy with where I was sat, at this stage, I could get in and move myself around.
Where do you want to be? Closer to Prince Charles?
Closer, yeah.
Closer to
further up from you and closer to him. You all happy with it, Stuart?
Doing a very good job.
Yeah?
If you look down the lines...
That's always...
right,
down
yeah,
here?
yeah.
Okay.
You can see all the glasses very well lined.
Yeah, they are very well lined.
It's quite meticulous, isn't it?
Just in time to make sure we look presentable,
Bow tie straight.
our wives have arrived.
Yeah?
There you go.
Good.
Perfect.
Thanks. You look lovely too.
Thank you.
You look lovely.
I've got a good view. I've just seen Rod and Penny arrive.
Have you?
Yeah.
What's
They
he
were
wearing?
ready. Well, Rod Stewart's interpretation of black tie is different to ours.
What is it?
His is a bit like snakeskin, like black tie.
Oh, okay. Rocker black tie.
Rocker black tie.
Right, so later on, when
Yeah.
we come back from dinner, this is your video camera.
What, we're doing hidden camera now? Undercover?
No, we just leave it in here, and then you sum up of the day and the night
It's
of
my
the
video
evening.
diary?
It's your video diary.
Okay.
So you just press that. Hi guys, you're on. Speak.
Hello.
Well.
Idiot proof. How are you feeling about it?
Really nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Because it's Prince Charles.
Yeah, we're all mates with him now.
No, but
I've just seen him on the stairs.
I just slapped on the back. I'll see you later.
I nearly went down in my dressing gown.
Did you hear that?
No, what, downstairs?
Yeah.
That would have been a nightmare. Very handsome.
Tie, all right.
Very nice. Let's
Go
go.
get a drink.
Let's get drunk. Let's get drink.
So, parts of the house are open to the public during the day, but tonight, it's all ours.
We're the only ones staying the night. The other 30 or so dinner guests are Prince's Trust ambassadors and major funders.
This is like being on the Titanic. We hit the iceberg any minute.
I'm always impressed at your interpretation of black tie, Rod.
I only put this on because I had a tie on. Let's rock and roll, innit?
I'd love to wear a kilt. I'd love to wear a kilt.
Your right hand. I feel decidedly underdressed. Thank you, yes.
Nice.
This is Ali, my wife.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm so glad to meet you all because...
Nice to see you again, Your Honour.
Can I tell you? Never appear.
I know. See, they do exist. They do exist.
I went in for a short time to do some... just potter around and see what was going on with my secretary. And all these people were all looking for you two.
Oh, we want to see that.
I said, well, if you hang around, they might be here tomorrow. Oh, I want my bag signed.
Downstairs, the trainees are learning from the master, renowned chef Anton Mosserman, who's demonstrating that champagne adds a certain je ne sais quoi to a mushroom risotto. I'm pleased to say I've been sat next to Rod's wife, who is next to HRH.
And I'm on the Prince's other side, so that's us sorted.
And our new friends, the Prince's Trust trainees, are doing a sterling job with the wine.
Cheers. Okay, let's go. Perfect. Smells delicious.
Our new butler, Stuart, who we now share with the Prince, shows a very steady hand.
After dinner and before a little sing-song, the Prince's Trust trainees receive their certificates from the man they've cooked and served for.
Yeah, actually, I've got the job. I start next Monday.
Did you do the right top?
Yeah, I'm good at baking.
You see, well, that's a great thing. Did you learn it from your mother or grandma?
My mum.
Yes, you see, that's half of it, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, that is that.
So is she pleased that you've done this?
Yeah, she's over the moon.
Well, I do have a yoga as well.
Thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Wait to hear how you get on.
What we might not have here is Britain's Got Talent. We might just find that Dumfries House has got talent this evening. Because His Royal Highness might just join in a little bit of a great Aberdeenshire song. Now there's money about it lass in the pound of the less. There's money about it lass in the Curio. There's money about it cheap in the tune away the tea. And the floor all the more is in 5-EO. Now there's money about it lass in the pound of the less. There's money about it lass in the Curio. There's money about it cheap in the tune away the tea. But the floor of the more is in 5-EO.
I tell you what, he did well singing as well.
He did all right, didn't he?
It's a yes from me.
He's doing it the next round.
He did well
He's doing it the next round.
He held
Now
the
it's up
tune.
to the public. It's up to you.
If
you want to see Prince of Wales in the final, then I'm going to call is.
All nine at last.
Any more drink before we go to bed, do you think?
I'm trying to find the residence bar.
Yeah.
There must be
I
a
mean,
late
there must
night
be
bar
somewhere and get a little
somewhere.
dry. He sang it a wee dram before you go. Well, I'm not going yet, so come on.
Somewhere to get a drink. Where do I get a drink?
Excuse me.
Young man?
That way? This way.
It's midnight, and just along the corridor is the heir to the throne, probably trying to get some sleep.
Right, Declan. Girls, we've literally just walked into our room from having the best evening ever. How was it?
Amazing.
Ali?
Amazing.
Lisa?
Absolutely incredible.
Declan?
Yeah, it was standard for me, to be fair.
What?
Much more intimate than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get am I in?
You know, you can never get to a point, can you, when you think, oh, this is the norm.
Nah.
This is such a novelty.
Yeah.
Stop taking your hair out.
It's annoying.
So in proper Ant-and-Dec tradition, normally we should probably leave it now, but we decided to order one last drink before we go to bed.
We've got a butler, and we've just asked him to go get some more wine.
Well, when you've got a butler, and he said, what do you want? You're not just going to go to bed. We had wine, please. A bottle of white. A bottle of red.
It'd be rude not to have a little tipple right now, wouldn't it?
Cheers.
Cheers. So good night. Cheers.
She's in bed. It's all right, he's in bed.
After a quick breakfast and a slight concern that we might have kept our royal host awake last night, it's time for a chat.
We didn't make too much noise, did we?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. We tried to
I
keep
never
it down.
heard of, well, I heard a tiny bit, but not very much.
And a little drive round the estate with HRH as our chauffeur.
Do you mind? Are you going to be...
Yeah, we're jumping in the boot. Do you know what? There's two words that you keep hearing from those people over and over again. It's in relation to the trust. It's life-changing. And it's quite a big statement, that, isn't it?
Isn't it? Well, that's what really does make it worthwhile.
Yeah, I bet it does.
And why I keep thinking, you know, I'm not doing enough, really. Because if you can do that, I want to go on doing more and more.
Yeah.
As it's our last day with the Prince, we want to find out his thoughts on family and the future.
We did talk to the Duchess of Cornwall about your work. How does she support you? In
every way.
Yeah, in every way.
Just by being there and being wonderfully, you know, encouraging and supportive. Which, of course, is what it's like, as I'm sure you know.
Yes, I do now.
Man.
I do now.
It's vital, otherwise, you know, you start thinking, oh, God. And then the ladies are so marvellous at helping to encourage.
Sometimes that other opinion, you value that, don't you?
Exactly. Absolutely. Particularly if you know somebody's on your side.
Yeah.
Whatever happens.
Yeah. You said about staying in touch with the younger people. Do the boys help in that way?
Yes, they do a certain amount. Yeah. And that's why I hope, you know, one of them might take an interest in it. Because I'm probably getting past myself by date now.
He's had his critics, he's still got his critics, but you can't deny that the work he's done with the Prince's Trust, it worked. He'll continue to help people, and good for him. Hats off to him.
There are those that will say that, you know, as a quirk of birth, he was born into this position of privilege, and he can't possibly empathise with the normal man on the street and the issues that face the ordinary man. But
I think you can.
I think you can, and I think
And
he's
even if
proved
you
that he
can't,
has.
even if you can't exactly, you can still help people. What's the future do you see for the Prince's Trust?
You have to keep ahead of the game all the time. So you can't just sit back and say, oh, they've done a marvellous job. You know? Because that's how all sorts of organisations fold. Because you become absolutely static and you think you found, you know, the right thing. Where in fact you need to be constantly thinking and aware of issues that are arising to try and make sure you're relevant.
Well, sir, good luck for the next 40 years.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for chatting with us. And we've had great fun.
We have.
Following you around.
We've
Are you going to
really
miss
enjoyed
us?
Of course.